Okay, guys, I'm back.
Yes, orange, noticed that there was a small amount. Now, the flowers, the problems.
I got to see the live stream. I mean, see Miss Leola. Me and Miss Leola are doing, like I said, we all know that we're being doing a YouTube celebrity collaboration. Both celebrities, me and AJ and Miss Leola, we're both going to do it. YouTube celebrity collabs. And we're going to fight for Whitney and Chrissy, y'all. We're going to fight and continue to get justice for both of them. I got plenty of food. I gotta warm up these fries. See,
Way that night. Oh, just night before Whitney was found, it's the still with her. It never really got at the girl. I had stopped working forward because I had gotten married to my dear friend whom I love so much, Minister Rock. She's a minister. I had got married. Work. That's what started me working with me. And we're probably going back and but what I'm trying to say is when I was employed by her and would get her medicine from her doctor, I would call. And I could call at any time and say, hey, we need this and that at the doctor's office. And they would still give her put her a prescription in at the pharmacy from me just by me calling. Okay, and so I knew what she was taking, what she took. And most of the medicine with me was, trust me, a lot of medicine with me did not even take. I don't know what for economy. So whatever they said they found in her system, okay, pharmaceutical medicine, it's not in the system. There's no drugs in the system. It's not in the system that you can really good. Still trying to choke it down. Stop tweeting that you don't have to say, well, the coroner said she had just released them. Look that up. Go back and look at what that coroner said she had and check the record on it. Because the amount is so small, and mind you, like just like the coroner said, it's nothing to be. It could be on my face. So that's what I mean. I heard I was no drug abuse. It was not in this killer. Okay. Double that time. But she had no drug abuse. Okay. You wanted me to answer some questions, so I'm going to do. And then, what's your name? Real good. Next to you, right? There we go. I think it was Peter Jones, Richard Rita Jones. Jones, yeah, Rita Jones. You asked me to do a video on Nick Jordan. What happens to Nick and who I believe he was murdered. I can answer that right now. No, I don't. I don't. So very few people, let me say this, because I got a proof of it about my life. It's my life. Man, when I was in teenage, I would that's I did drugs in my life. Right? I I indulged into drugs, and I knew what it was like to do drugs. There's a lot of people that man, I'm like ever that road. I'm not ashamed. We get points to this. But I never overdosed. I never knew many people from overdose. You don't just overdose from drugs. always do this. You know, when you put stuff in the media, say somebody overdoing it. School should not be overdoing things. No, it's not number. So, no, we do not overdo it. Right? And, want to say that, but being a Jones, no, it, you're not, no, you're not, well, I don't believe in overdo it. I believe somebody is, it's silence. Because like I told you, when you just even deals, you say, had him on tape, my Captain Gerard, Brown phone, and it, as soon as he was going to say, had him on the phone, he was like, oh, I'm not going down for Penn. I'm not going down for Penn on this thing. I say, you're the witness. I'm not going down for prison. I'm not going. He was scared because he knew what he had done to Chris. You know, he knew what he had done to Chris in that boy. Yeah. So, yes, I believe that that had its silence. This should probably figure that we talk. I did my interview, this interview, after interview with different media people and told them certain things. But they would never ever we would edit that out. I don't like doing interviews. If you're gonna edit what I say, don't interview me. You don't want the truth. But we'll get to that. But I got so much to say to y'all. Y'all don't know. It's just a slide. Oh, a slide with
Pat wearing Whitney's clothes.
yes, somebody made the comment that, if the pack can't reach, so it's like beautiful. It's just, but I can't just hope like to visit store overgate. We also had other clothes that she had in her closet that, yeah, well, it was small, but you know, when you're an entertainer, get clothes from all over the world. Small six, when I was on tour with my brother Bobby's back at singing. 92, 94, coming around from back up there. And there were times that sponsor people were in the overseas or in the country, sponsor people would come, you know, I don't know, Nike, Reebok, I'm just naming some right off the top, that would come and give you bags of clothes. I'm sure Richie used to get a whole bunch of new clothes for positive stories. So to answer your question, it ain't about whether she said signs of my hat and Gary stole a lot of stuff from me. No. Like I said, when her body was put up in the hotel, and my nephew was sitting there trying so crazy to get fell on the floor in front of him with Cat and Gary kept stepping over them, he said, instead of them helping him, listen up. She's hysterical. She was found out her father was gone. And she's like fainting into Gerard's arm. She's falling on the floor. That area right there, won't even help take her up. They're so busy staging the scene at the hotel, running back and forth, taking stuff out of the room and putting other stuff in. See, they staged that room so that the authorities got to. They want that room to look a certain way. Concern testing difference. It wasn't enough to do because we had things stolen from her. But she told us out of her own mouth. What to do? That was stealing. And you all remember when Pat's daughter Raya had on Whitney's wedding ring that my brother, boy, let me tell you something, I better not catch nobody with that ring. If Bobby, if you are listening to this video, Get your ring, brother. Get your ring, Bobby. Paid a lot of money for that ring. There's no way that Pat and them should have that ring. That's Whitney's wedding ring. Rhea had it. She was on she's line somewhere. I don't know, Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, somewhere like that. They said showing off the ring. Whitney's wedding ring. See, Pat and Gary took that from Whitney. That was probably one of the things that her and Gary took out of that group. I'm just saying, you guys, Whitney was not on drugs. Please believe it. Okay? She was not on drugs. When them authorities got there and they took her autopsy and all that, that's why it's going at the top. It says very little drug was in her system. But yet, they found something in the room. And I believe having them put that there so that it can look like she, because see, yeah, that makes sense. Because if you go plant something or put something in somebody's drink or food, you're expecting in the autopsy speaking, they can find something, at least plant your drink or whatever. And then you put stuff in the room so they can look like that, so when they do their report, they can say, you know, as a little jokes, there's some drugs in the room, a little bit. But I think if I remember, they said a year or something like that. But I'm just saying, they staged that room, they staged this thing. They cannot do that. You cannot do this. All these things are great done and have a great thing. Then she sits on both. He says she began to Whitney's phone all that day. Whitney was doing something. That's when I knew he was lying. When you said that Whitney was doing something for your whatever candle thing that she had. I forget the name of your candle company. So all of a sudden you got candle company thing. And Whitney was gonna do an infomercial. Like, are you serious? Let me tell you something, world, please believe me, as God is my witness, Whitney was never. No, she would not. She would not. That was a story. We grew it. We knew. Everybody knows. We said we know this. And another thing, somebody asked me about Ken Burrell. Try stock your smart bowls, right? She's a tuna. It's a great bowl in a pouch. At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Get 2.49% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on 2023 Buick SUV models. They asked me, was she really screaming? I'll be honest with you, I want to say nothing bad about the gold bond. Because I don't like doing things. But at the same time, it was such a pleasure to know that what I'm saying about thinking. So why aren't you singing something loud? Nothing in a way with this. Why? Is it that you just don't want to get involved? And if that's the case, okay, but at the end of the day, maybe it's gone, but it's hard. And so they did something to her. Yes, they did. So, I mean, if you see that when you're lying about being a manager, you know that was never her manager. Everybody in my family knows that. My brother Bobby knows that. My brother Tommy, Uncle Sissy. Whitney's family, everybody knows that. So why not Whitney's friends stepping up to say something?
And I'm not holding it against you though.
Maybe that's not holding it against you. Now, I mean, someone asked me that question. And so
That's how I'm gonna
I
answer.
just, that's how I'm going to answer.
And in my opinion, the truth is the truth.
So, but it's the end of the day. But no, no. Like Really do. That was so much. Um, how did that get all the witness belongings? The 10 months from the campaign here forward. Now that I look at that, I'm thinking of Bob's life and then when he got married to my brother, from New Jersey to Atlanta, really great. He come here. They come back here with problems. So they had their eyes on Whitney all this. They kept what they were going to do. That's how I see it. They all over her. Mm-hmm. And I can remember when I got custody of Bobby Miss Stevens, I had to take her to school. Oh, that's another thing. That you guys go look up the Grinch that stole Chrissy. Jonathan Stick put that out on and I think you can just Google it, but it's on Facebook, it's on everything, it's everything. Cat is caught talking about Whitney Bobby really bad after Whitney died. Yeah. And she said something like, oh, we don't want to be like her. They checked out. I mean, just her whole attitude. But oh, in that, in that, in that taping, she says that Bobby, my brother, never took Chrissy to school. You lied up there. You ain't never took Bobby Christina to school. So why would you lie like that? Whoever you was talking to, you was lying. I was the only one that had authority when Bobby and Whitney didn't do it. Bobby took his daughter to school. First of all, Bobby Christina was homeschooled. Yes. Yes. Let me tell you how Bobby Christina got to public school. Let me talk to you all to real people. But Pat Houston was not being straight up talking about my brother never took his daughter to school. Now, tell you, Bobby Christina was homeschooled when I had full custody of her. Okay, like I told you all, it was a fourth ward, full custody of Bobby Christina. And one day, and her teacher would come in and homeschool her. But I got upset one day because um I saw Bobby Christina playing with two she was playing with doll babies and the doll babies, two were two were white, I believe, and one was black. And she was saying, playing the doll, saying, we don't want to play the black doll. And I was like, let's see. So I decided when her teacher came back, I asked her, I said, I was ready to clear because I'm in the nation this month. And so I told Whitney, I talked to Whitney, but I don't like that. No, I said, I want my niece to learn about her, her own people and herself, but I told this don't do that. Fine. No, because it's mentality. You understand what I'm saying? So, Whitney allowed me to talk to the teacher and I asked her to teach her some Black history. So, one thing led to another. We ended up putting Bobby Christina into public school. And then I took her every morning. I would take her to school, take her. And Houston, I don't remember a day. First of all, if we come to Whitney's house, she didn't want you in the house. Time all she gave you to come on, I don't want to talk about this now. She gave you stop this lying. Stop it. Oh, Bobby and Whitney, in spite of, and I don't care what they did, they took care of their child. Bobby Christina was well taken care of. So we can't even do anything for Christmas. It's not like, my God. But what she's trying to do is she was trying to make everybody think that she was something special. And she really wasn't. And I'm not proud to report that. When the deal with her say that I'm not proud and say that, but it's the truth. And she's how we are lying. I had to take Bobby Christina to school. I had to take her to her doctor's appointment because the court said that Bobby would be good. I was the only one that had this either. She could not do anything but Bobby Christina. No, it's pretty funny. She never took her to school. She was homeschooled up until, and then when she did go to school, she went to school across the street. Right, but that's across the street from the subdivision. You can't stop it with all the lies. That is over the estate because Mama Sissy places her good. And in my opinion, Mama Sissy has two sons, Michael and Jim. You know, in everybody's family, we have people have drug problems. And I believe that if you lie, don't exist with one. Like, you know, but I don't know, I'm not sure, but I do know this. Mama Sissy plays with me and thought she could trust me. But I don't believe she trusts her as I believe. And she played for the women. Anyway, Michael and you are this is right there. Please watch yourself. Watch yourself. Mary, Michael, and Bob. Because Donna, Pat, and Alicia, they have a pretty husband and me do it. But they do. Um, I'm gonna do a video on. Somebody asked me if you want to call the Highland Henry. The interview, the meeting of Hollywood meeting that you did with my brother. Bobby, I sat there listening to it. But you know that everybody knows my mother looks good. Everybody knows that my, especially those in the industry, they said, yes. But my father was a construction worker. You know, my father spoke, my father talked about that all the time. He was a father, daddy traveled with her. So that the Hana music is a combination, or should I say, a fusion of different types of music all rolled into one package. It's country music, it's jazz, it has a hint of German polka, it also has Mexican music. It was kind of hard at first because the fact I knew that it was a means of bringing food on the table for the whole family. You know, we did it because it's actually going to be like starting all over. Nobody knows. Nobody knows in the English, in the sense, English market. So I'm ready. I'm ready to work. Gotta try. Gotta try this out. Oh, it's getting on. Sorry. The reason I'm really appreciative of everything that's going on around me because of the fact I never expected it. And I want to keep that attitude. In Mexico. I'm a workaholic. I have 3 different businesses in here in the States, and I just opened another one in May. Tupac Shakur's been gone more years lived to see, but now, 27 years after Crapper's murder, there may be new answers about his death after police searched a home on Monday as part of an ongoing investigation. It all went down miles from the Las Vegas Strip, where in September of 1996, Tupac had just left a boxing match when he was shot 4 times by a stoplight. He died 6 days later. The house reportedly belongs to a woman believed to be married to a man called Keith D. He's a former gang member who previously claimed to be connected to the shooting, telling cops his nephew, Orlando Anderson, shot at Pop. So, he's really a kid. Orlando died in 1998, just after settling a wrongful death lawsuit brought against him by Tupac's mother. From 1995, Dave, have you ever ridden in a white Cadillac? No. You know anyone in a white Cadillac? No. Anderson, an alleged Los Angeles gang member, has vigorously denied any involvement in the murder. Now, law enforcement confirmed the search to ET, but had no further comment on her investigation. What is this? Trying to bring back 1989. I was poor in 1989. I was in jail, so now we out trying to show prosperity, hope, for the future. That's Tupac's final interview with ET at the VMAs, 3 days before the shooting, which, despite multiple theories over the years, has gone.
And there has been theories that Tupac's still alive, but y'all don't believe it. He's not alive. He died. He died right after. He died from his gunshot wounds.
So, Tupac knew deep down that he was always waiting for something great. Tupac's sister, Sachua, paid tribute to him in June at a Walk of Fame ceremony for the late rapper in Hollywood, soon after the premiere of Dear Mama. We look at that from the selfish side, like, that guy died. Oh, it's so sad. Why is it sad? FX's docuseries that examined Tupac's life, his enduring legacy. A lot of people like to say that rap, is a negative, it's this and that. But for me, rap saves lives. I think that young people can kind of take a look at some of the things that have happened in recent times in terms of music and conflict and learn from it. The LA native was 25 years old when he died. 1 year older than Biggie Smalls when he was murdered in March the next year. The first thought in my mind is just that has to stop. I mean, Tupac and Biggie. I mean, it's just, look, where are we going? At the worst, he's just somewhere quiet, no nothing. At best, he's an angel or he's at the next existence or he's a spirit somewhere. What is so bad about that? It's important that I just put myself 100% alignment represent. You young black man, whatever I think. More important than that, and that's just something you don't need. I really just want to put myself, make myself feel political by having my personal, my person, and applying myself to the other society.
Yeah, guys. Sorry it took so long. I mean, I wasn't going nowhere. I was just outside with my people. What y'all doing? About to go to the- Okay.
Every time you step up to the grill, you gotta deliver. And flavor is the last thing you have to worry about. There's no one flavors like me flavor. Real things. Flame and flavor.
That turned out to the legacy of Selena Quintanilla, nearly decades after her death. The singer's family is now sharing new music. John Quinones sat down exclusively with her brother and sister to talk about it. Hey, John.
Hey, Celia. She was known as the queen of Tejano music, but over the decades since her passing, Selena has become a global phenomenon. And now we're about to hear her music like we've never heard it before. In the 27 years since her tragic death, Selena Quintanilla's star has only grown. And this morning, fans are getting a first listen to Como Te Quiero Yo a Ti, The Way I Love. The first single from the Tejano Superstar's new album, Moonchild Mixes, produced by her brother A.B. Quintanilla, who, along with his sister Suzette, sat down with us to talk about the project. How long did it take you? It took me a year. It took me a little bit over a year. There was a lot of obstacles to overcome. Everything was recorded on vinyl, so we had to kind of fuse the old school ways with the new school ways. Clean Selena's vocals, put them on timing, and then we also pitched her vocal down just to make her sound a little bit more mature. It truly feels like she went into the studio again and recorded it. And yeah, it's pretty incredible. What do you think Selena would have thought of this album? Should have loved it.
Should have loved it.
Definitely. She would have loved it and said, it's a wrap. I need to go to the mall. Yeah.
Selena's legacy and fandom growing all the time. Her story first told in the 1997 film that helped make Jennifer Lopez a star. And now a new generation entranced by the Netflix series based on her life. So many of us love Selena's music. But what do you tell the critics who say this is taking advantage of her legacy?
What critics? They don't care about them. As an artist and musicians and people that are in the public eye,
You have to really turn that
you
off.
have to turn that off. We're still going to
And
do
do
what
what
we
we
want
want.
with our music, with our sister, with our
Yes.
band. And I hope people understand that everything that we do it with love and care and with beauty.
When do you think of your sister?
I can't go anywhere. I'm serious. I can be going through a gas station, wherever, and I hear it on the intercom or a little girl.
Tonight, the new federal charges Donald Trump could face in the election interference case. But the special prosecutor told the former president in that target letter the legal statutes that could guide the case. Trump blasting it as interference in this election. So is he poised to be indicted again? Police in Alabama speaking out on Carly Russell, who claims she was abducted for 2 days, said they can't verify her initial statement to detectives, but her online search history revealed. New insights about the U.S. soldier who ran into North Korea. A member of his terror group telling out a reporter how he suddenly bolted out of the demilitarized zone. His family is telling us was why he had been jailed in South Korea 1 month.
Guys, we have a huge announcement. I have finally reached 40 subscribers and 7,595 views, 266 completed YouTube videos. So that is a huge accomplishment.
Flash flood emergency in Kentucky after almost a foot of record-setting rain. A tornado ripped through North Carolina, major damage to a Pfizer facility, and passengers on stretchers taken off a Las Vegas plane with no working AC as a brutal heat wave sets more records across the planet.
The two IRS whistleblowers telling Congress why they think Hunter Biden got preferential treatment and a criminal investigation. Democrats pushing back. Introducing one lion designed for a royal shave. This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. Good evening and welcome. We begin tonight with what we have learned about the very serious categories of crime Special Counsel Jack Smith is focusing on against former President Donald Trump that are spelled out in a target letter Mr. Trump says he received from the government over the weekend. A grand jury is investigating the lengths prosecutors say the ex-president went to in order to remain in power after losing the election. Two attorneys with direct knowledge of the case telling NBC News the special counsel is looking at statutes that include conspiracy to defraud the U.S., deprivation of rights, and tampering with a witness. We've got a legal breakdown as to all that in a moment, but after first jumping ahead of prosecutors by breaking the news he was a target, Mr. Trump continuing to try and control the message with his mantra that the case is a disgrace and the work of a deranged prosecutor. Eric Payne has late developments.
A defiant Donald Trump lashing out at his special counsel as the election-related charges the former president may soon face come into focus.
This election interference never been done like this in the history of our country, and it's a disgrace.
NBC News learning that a target letter Mr. Trump received Sunday night lays out 3 federal statutes under which he might be charged in the special counsel's 2020 election probe, according to 2 attorneys with direct knowledge of it. Conspiracy to defraud the U.S., deprivation of rights under color of law, and tampering with a witness, each broad categories, not specific charges. Mr. Trump claiming the letter offered him 4 days to come to Washington to respond before the grand jury. An opportunity sources familiar with his thinking tell NBC News he plans to decline. The possible pending indictment dividing former allies, now challenging him for the Republican presidential nomination.
He should be charged. Different factors, evidence that he's committed a crime. That's provable beyond a reasonable doubt in front of a jury of his peers. Until then, he has a presumption of innocence.
I believe that history will hold into account for his actions that day. With regard to the prospect of an indictment, I think that doesn't come to that.
Meanwhile, the special counsel investigation continues in Washington and beyond, with Trump White House and campaign aide William Russell expected to testify before the grand jury tomorrow. And NBC News learning of prosecutors subpoenaing surveillance video of vote counting in Georgia, probing conversations between Mr. Trump and Arizona's former governor, and interviewing election officials in Wisconsin. The former president calling allies on Capitol Hill, urging his GOP supporters to defend him publicly.
I spoke with him yesterday, and this is yet another example of the illegal weaponization of the Department of Justice to go after Joe Biden's top political opponent.
I don't see how it could be done criminally. We would not charge it. Well, what criminal activity did we do? He told people to be peaceful.
And Garrett, this all playing out as the former president suffered another legal setback today with these else.
That's right, Lester. A federal judge denied Mr. Trump's effort to move his hush money payment trial into a federal court. The judge ruled that the alleged crimes had nothing to do with his job as president, but the case belongs in state court, where it's slated to go to trial in March. Lester?
All right, Garrett, thank you. Senior legal correspondent Lauren Jarrett joins me now. Back to what we learned today about these statutes. Does this kind of lay out a roadmap of where we're going here?
Exactly, Lester. All along, we've been focused on the president's efforts to block the certification of the election on January 6th. We now know there's also an emphasis rights crime mentioned in that target letter Mr. Trump received. It's the one about depriving someone for constitutional rights. That's curious because it's typically a crime that's used in police misconduct cases. So just whose rights do prosecutors think Mr. Trump allegedly violated? How? That we don't know. Of course, the special counsel is not limited to charging only what's outlined in that target letter he received, but it does provide a solid reference point for someone like the
All right, Lauren, thank you for that. Here at home, that record-breaking heat wave goes on in much of the country, while sudden historic rains have added insult to injury in Mayfield, Kentucky. Maggie Vestman is there for us. Maggie, what's the situation there?
So, Lester, people here are absolutely in shock. Raging floodwaters swept in before dawn. They continued rising all morning. At the same time, that same system landing North Carolina, where a violent tornado set toward the hospital. And tomorrow, another system is headed this way. Tonight, typical hallmarks of this summer's severe weather stretch.
In North Carolina this afternoon, a confirmed EF3 tornado near Rocky Mount, wind speed up to 150 miles per hour, wreaking havoc in a highway and destroying part of this manufacturing facility owned by the drug maker Pfizer. We really don't know exactly what the amount of damage or human deaths in this house. Meanwhile, farther west, more devastation. Kentucky tonight, the latest state to get slammed with violent flash floods. In hard-hit Mayfield, initial reports show nearly a foot of rain falling since midnight. If verified, it would smash the state's decade-old record for the most rain in 24 hours. Water swallowing neighborhoods and submerging homes.
Try coming through the side, the back door, and start catching inside the house.
Jeremy Martin scrambled to get his fiance and their 5 kids out.
Oliver stuck at it. Right, it's further. And we don't have room to shoot it.
Authorities say no injuries have been reported. Kentucky's governor tonight declaring a state of emergency, urging people to heed evacuation alerts.
Remember, we can replace stuff and we can rebuild homes. We don't want to lose any lives.
These floods fresh trauma for Mayfield, the community still healing from 2021's monster EF4 tornado that killed close to 60 people just before Christmas. Tonight, with another severe system barely east, weather-ravaged communities brace once again as violent signs of our climate crisis intensify. Thank you, Jessica. NBC News, Mayfield, Kentucky.
I'm Aaron McLaughlin. The deadly heat dome creating chaos at Harry Reid International in Las Vegas. Several passengers and a flight attendant exiting a Delta flight by stretcher. Being stuck on the tarmac in unrelenting triple heat for hours. Cameras vividly shaking like shaking. The Robinson family was on the flight with a natural baby when they saw fellow passengers become ill.
Our cognitive skill are in decline, eyes rolling in the back of the head.
And doctors say it's the sign of potentially deadly danger.
Yes. We know that you had an issue.
Delta has apologized for the incident and says it's investigating the matter. This is the Valley of the Sun that breaks another all-time record, an overnight low of 97 degrees, hottest it's ever been with suns down. Phoenix going on to attempts 110 plus. Experts say the city's sprawling concrete is to lay as it stops from the area from cooling down. Tonight across the country, 77 million people are under heat alerts. And it's not just humans who are suffering. At Phoenix Zoo, it's all hands on deck to make sure the animals are comfortable and cool.
They're not quite used to these temperatures. We're constantly monitoring them.
Tonight is the dog days of summer with no end in sight. Aaron Boston, NBC News, Phoenix.
The White House says the U.S. is working with Sweden and South Korea to secure the release of that U.S. soldier who ran from a tour group into North Korea. This comes as Matt Bradley learns more about the soldier's recent legal troubles.
Tonight, a picture of Travis King coming into sharper focus. The U.S. Army tried to set off a diplomatic crisis when he dashed across South Korea's border with North Korea Tuesday.
Irony. So mine towards the North Korean side.
Sarah Leslie from New Zealand said she was on a guided tour of the demilitarized zone that King joined.
I just was like, oh my god, he's obviously doing this. That's in trouble. Yeah, and this students like you again to
And set summer in motion with the most electrifying undertakings yet. Like,
Sarah showed us this picture. She said she took minutes before King dashed across the DMZ, evading more than a dozen South Korean and American soldiers, she said. King can be seen here, she said, in a black hat and shirt. So were you afraid? Did you think that they were going to start shooting?
I was afraid, yes.
While serving in South Korea, King had multiple run-ins with the law, according to local legal documents. Last September, he was accused of assaulting a man at a nightclub. And in a separate incident in October, police arrested him for assault. While sitting in a police car, King shouted insults at Koreans and Korean police, according to court documents. He also kicked the car, causing nearly $500 in damage. And he was just released after nearly 2 months in a South Korean prison, according to American officials who spoke anonymously to the Associated Press. His family back home in Wisconsin, distraught.
Yeah, wow. But that round, so my sister took care of him during that same time. You really had to man up. So you want to take care of your mom, take care of your family. That's how I see being on that and your crack that they get hurt, the collar and get, you know, It wasn't there up there. Now, keep talking to somebody yesterday and just ask them, could they just get her son out of there?
King was supposed to court applied to the states for more military discipline. American soldiers even escorted King to the airport, but left him in his gate. According to Korean media, King was able to leave the airport after he said he had lost his passport. And that's where Private King managed to join a guided tour to the North Korean border and ran headlong into one of the world's most totalitarian regimes. Lester?
All right, Matt, correctly tonight. Thank you. Now we're reviewing new testimony in Congress today about the IRS investigation into Hunter Biden's finances. Two IRS whistleblowers told a House committee they believe officials slow-walked their probe. Here's Ryan Knowles.
Tonight, under oath, a pair of career IRS investigators testified to Congress that they believe their superiors and officials at the Department of Justice worked to suppress a probe into the finances of the president's son, Hunter Biden.
And coming forward, I believe I'm risking my career, my reputation.
Joseph Siegel, who came forward publicly for the first time, and Gary Shep pointed to the evidence they say they collected, which they viewed as damning. The skeptical response they say they received from the prosecutors involved.
Here to tell you that the Delaware U.S. Attorney's Office and Department of Justice handling the Hunter Biden tax investigation was very different from any other case in my 14 years at the IRS. At every stage, decisions were made that benefited the subject of this investigation.
But Democrats on the panel were quick to push back, pointing out it is the job of prosecutors to make the call to hand out. I'm already.
It's not an ultimate reality of the speech.
Honestly, don't know. So I won't let you do your flying hat and Dutch name, but I'm not a doctor. Should I talk to a doctor? You are talking to a doctor. Fine. For your teacher.
There are few tales that stir the soul like that of Selena Perez. Born in the small town of Lake Jackson, Texas in 1971, Selena was destined for greatness. Her father, a musician himself, recognized her talent at an early age and formed a band with Selena and her siblings called Selena y los Niños, meaning Selena and the Boys. They played local gigs and Selena's star began to rise. It was not an easy road for Selena, however. She faced discrimination due to her Mexican-American heritage, and her music was not always well received. But she persisted, and her popularity continued to grow. Selena became known as the Queen of Tejano music, a title she wore with grace and pride. Yet, as is often the case with those who achieve greatness, Selena's life was marked by tragedy. In 1995, at the young age of 23, Selena was murdered by the president of her fan club, Yolanda Saldivar, who had embezzled money from Selena's clothing boutique. The news of Selena's death sent shockwaves throughout the music industry and beyond. It is a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. Selena, a young woman with talent beyond measure, struck down in the prime of her life. Her fans mourned her passing, and her legacy lived on. For Selena was more than just a musician. She was a symbol of hope and perseverance for the Hispanic community. In the end, Selena's story is a reminder that greatness comes at a price. She faced discrimination and hardship, but she never lost her passion for music. Her legacy lives on today, a testament to the power of determination in the human spirit.
I didn't see everything though.
Began to rise. It was not an easy road for Selena, however. She faced discrimination due to her Mexican-American heritage, and her music was not always well received. But she persisted, and her popularity continued to grow. Selena became known as the Queen of Tejano music, a title she wore with grace and pride.
There she. Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby. And I am back with another video. And this is a spontaneous video. And yes, it's about my girl Selena. And this video is kind of special, but then it's kind of uh, uh so this is more of an opinionized video. So I'm not gonna say that the information that I give is factual. Some of it is factual. Some of it is our information is information that I've read that came from the words of this individual of a certain individual. But a lot of it is based on my opinion, based on what I observed in footage, like YouTube footage from their interviews from Selena and her sister, and the band interviews, photos, things that I read in Chris' book, and things that I read in social media, etc. So this is a brief video about my opinion about the relationship between Selena and Suzette Quintanilla. Now, and also Chris is in it as well. So this is my opinion. I know that some people may disagree, some people may be upset, some people may have mixed feelings, some people may agree. I don't know. But this is based on my observation. This is totally my opinion. And so I'm going to just put it out there. I believe that Selena and Suzette's relationship isn't as close as they perceive to be. Now, I'm not saying on Selena's point because she's not here. So I can't really bend on her point. I do believe that she believed that Suzette was, you know, her, best friend and all of that, the above. That's what she believed. She saw no bad in anyone. Um, but I don't think that Suzette felt the same way. And why I say this, because I go by based on photos I've seen, based on interviews that I've seen. If you really pay attention, if you go back and look at interviews, like past interviews with all of them, or look at photos of Selena and Suzette, or just the band, or candid photos, or candid videos, footages, you will notice the um the body language and the facial expressions that Suzette gives. It's more of like she gives off this aura that she did not really, not gonna say this, she dislike Selena. No, I do feel like she was very jealous of Selena. Deep down, she was envious of Selena. And I also felt that she had a little crush on Chris. Now, in the book, if you read the book by Chris called Selena with Love, it states in the, now I don't remember the what chapter it is. Like I said, I haven't read the book in almost a year, but I've read the book about 5 times. And he stated that he and Suzette were friends before him and Selena became close with him. But him and Suzette were like close friends, more like a brother sister type. He saw her as an older sister. But I don't really think that I think deep down Suzette had a little crush on Chris, which is no problem. We all had crushes, whether we're seeing somebody or not. We all had crushes, but I don't believe Chris saw her in that way. But I do believe deep down Suzette saw him in that way, but did not say anything because I think, because I'm not going to lie, she is a big girl and she may have felt insecure. She knew the type of girls that Chris was interested in because he was also dating someone before he was even involved with Selena. He was dating someone back in San Antonio. It's in the book. So I'm sure she knew the type of girls that he liked. And none of them probably fit the same description as Suzette. So he, of course, she's not going to say nothing. And she was probably dating her husband at the time. I don't know. But I felt like she probably had a little crush on her. I mean, he is an attractive guy. Who wouldn't? So she never said anything. So once Selena and Chris became close, um, they became close. Like he's noticed her attraction, of course, because people brought it up to him all the time. But he looked past it. Like he was concerned about more about his career. But then once he got into the band, he, started seeing Selena in a different light. He saw her, he saw that she was gorgeous, as a performer, but as a person, he saw a different side of her and he felt even more attracted to her because she was very outgoing, she was very friendly, she was very funny, she was a risk taker, she was like the guy. So he was attracted to that. And she was attracted to him. And it's all in the story. It's all in the book. But they became friends and then they became close. So once they became close, a lot of some people that were close to them knew about it. Everybody knew about it except for Abraham, because of course Abraham was not having it. So everybody that knew wasn't going to bow to them, that they wasn't going to tell Abraham about their situation. So in the book, somewhere in the book, where Selena and Chris was on the bus by themselves, I guess they went to a rest stop or whatever, and everybody else got off the stretch or whatever. They stayed on the bus. They were like chatting it up. I don't even think they were sitting next to each other. I think they were sitting across from each other. But they were the only ones on the bus, and they were laughing and talking and joking around and playing play. And Suzette got on the bus. And as soon as she saw them, she got upset and she stormed out the bus and slammed the door. And she told Abraham that they were seeing each other. And in the book, Chris stated that to this day, he don't understand why she did it. But this is where my opinion starts. As a woman, I know most women know how other women think. So as a woman, I believe she did that and acted that way because she was jealous. Because she was jealous seeing Selena and Chris together. Because this was like a reminder of probably growing up. She probably was always used to boys or men coming after Selena, saying, oh, she's so pretty, oh, she's so this, and probably wasn't getting that same attention with herself, with men. So she probably felt, insecure and envious. Who wouldn't? Most women do. I've done it. I mean, I've been that way. Like I said, I know how that is. I have cousins who are lighter than me. And when I go out with them, a lot of the guys target my cousins and they don't even pay attention to me. So I know how that feels. So that's why I feel like that's a familiar, response when she saw them together. Because she probably had a little crush on Chris. And then it all also reminds herself of, all the guys attracting Selena and not her. So that's why I believe this. That's why she told the father. Because otherwise, what other reason why she would tell it? Why would she act that way and slam the door and get upset? So, most men don't think that way. And that's why he said to this day, he don't understand why she did it. Because he's a man. Most men don't, relay that. But women, we read between the lines. So like I said, this is just a brief video. This is my assumption. I do believe that she is, was somewhat jealous of her and kind of had a little crush on Chris. And also, I'm going to show paragraph of what Chris said. So about the family. All right, so I found. So in the Houston Chronicle.com, this is what Chris said. Allegedly. He said, technically, I was invited via email. So he was invited to the Hollywood Walk of Fame when Celine Star was died in Hollywood Walk of Fame. But I didn't feel very well. And her family didn't make it easy. I get the feeling that they were hoping by making it difficult for me that I wouldn't show up and it would cast me in a bad light to her fans. Perez says, the fans don't understand all the hoops I had to jump through just to have a seat at that event. And then it goes on by saying, he says, but I don't want people talking about her family. I might feel a certain way about it, but what was Selena doing? I'm not the one wanting to fight. I'm not the one being bullied. I want to keep everything together for her. So, and this is from the Houston Chronicles. This is what he said. So I don't know why her family is, and this is kind of off topic from what I was talking about, but she is a part of that family too. And I don't know why they're acting that way towards him. Like they wouldn't be doing that. The family wouldn't be doing that to him if Selena was still here. The father, yes, but not the rest of the family. They pretended to act like he was cool with them. They were cool with him, that he and all of that. But now that Selena's not here to defend him, to have his back, they treat him like he's a stepchild, and that's not right. And clear is like I said in all my other videos, this man truly loved her and still to this day. He's being very civil to her family, very respectful and all of that, regardless of what they did to him, regardless of the fact that they sued him, they try to.
I've been in and out of therapy with BetterHelp for a few years now, and it's me prioritizing my mental and emotional. What's up, gang? I'm back. Shout out to Magical Flowers Tarot gang. I love y'all. Shout out to my new subscribers. Welcome to the gang. You can definitely reach me at www.magicalflowerstarot.com. And for my YouTube requests, you can email me at magicalflowerstarot@yahoo.com. So I love y'all so much. So y'all, we're gonna get right into this. I ain't just even gonna keep talking about it. No, I definitely have been getting some requests about the Selena reading. And at first I'm like, you know what? It's a lot of readings I think on her. I've never seen it, but y'all already know ain't nobody gonna read my novel. So y'all be fucking me up, but I love y'all so much for real. Shout out to y'all. Y'all keep it very, very humble. I appreciate y'all. So let's get into this. I'm not gonna waste no time. It's been so much mystery around the situation. Y'all want to know about Yolanda. Did she mean to pull that trigger? Because she claims she didn't. Y'all talking about Prince Abraham, a sister snitching on her. Child, I didn't even know that she had an affair with a doctor. So y'all already know what time it is. I'm gonna do how I always do. I'm gonna start off with tapping with her energy. So first of all, not only know how did she get instead on his father came to him? Was he pushing? Was he like the Spanish Joe Jackson? Was he all for himself? Should he take her into consideration and her how she really felt about herself, about life, about love? Y'all want to know how she really feel about her dad. Spiritual was Selena truly feel for her father at 18. What did they end? What did they feel? What did their energies was home to see around? It's shrinking. Tempers, a discord. That was not on one accord. There's a lot of disharmony between the two of them. And I also feel like patience was a big factor. Her father lacked a lot of that, and she that hurt her in a lot of ways. This is definitely Philly, Six of Wands, the celebrated one, the exhausted one, the definitely a lot of bad habits, a lot of things to try to know about. When I see this devil, balance. She was just trying to balance who she was, and her father only see her her way. Two of Cups. That's the relationship between the two of them. So of course it wasn't all bad. She loves him. That was her dad, but it's a lot of this like secrets, hidden things that you guys don't know about. Hopefully that's what this reading is getting ready to reveal. Y'all know my skin Trump, like, yeah. This is Selena talking through comfort, babe. Comfort, it's okay. Comfort will tell us what it is. Eight of Wands, a message. The high priest. I told y'all there's a lot of deep dark secrets that y'all don't know about. And I already know what y'all want me to ask. I know my game. We're gonna get to that. Y'all just keep reading. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep reading. Y'all keep watching. Y'all don't quit. Because I teach y'all stuff. And I pull up on my shadow deck too. But y'all see what time it is to fix. Hmm. They fought a lot too. Two of Wands. Somebody playing something on her. So we're talking about Abraham, right? We had plans for her, but they weren't always the most like like I always say when I see the two of Wands, just remind me of innocent premeditated injuries. Or of swords, she was tired. She was tired. They fought so much. She was trying to balance herself, sacrifice. Y'all see the time it is. Y'all make sure y'all watch this video to the end. Sacrifice God for my people that's moving to my subscribers. You already know who the source mean decision makers. This is blah blah blah. But I'm an interior real. I read what I feel and what I see. So when I see somebody in all white blindfold, I think it's a sacrifice of trust with this. And when we think about things deeper, a decision is a sacrifice because you cannot decide on one thing without sacrificing the other thing. For one decision that you choose, sacrificing the one that you didn't. So the next question was, so y'all got right into it. What's Selena having an affair? Before we get into the deep dark stuff, y'all want to know, was Selena having an affair? Now, question down as I've seen them, so they might seem all over the place, but the point is we get answers. Was Selena Shoe having an affair? See, that's something that I didn't know, y'all. I got to research some of this when I get done. I was saying she was having an affair with a doctor named Dr. Martin. Was that true? Was Selena having an affair? Did she confirm? You come down to the top. Let's see what the spirits are saying. What's some shit in Dr. Martin has in the field? Not tough. So here we go. Y'all see what it is. It's the last thing that got it comes from. And because it's reserved, I feel like it wasn't a fair. It wasn't all the way righteous. I say that. Well, this is Selena. This is her representing her legacy. Y'all come on for the spirit. A new love. A new, so it's very new. So it's sort but it's the tears, it's a betrayal about a situation. Will of fortune, bad timing. Misfortune, bad luck, wrong place, wrong time. Past regret, shame, guilt. So she definitely was ashamed about it. And she didn't want to tell people about it. The tower, there it goes. So y'all see what time it is. It wasn't all good. Everything is fine in verse. Everything is not fine. Y'all see what time it is. I mean, the story, the time for the truth to come out. I told y'all, my spirit's gonna play. Make sure y'all subscribe. If y'all haven't already.
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't already. And
So
to
the
that
next question is,
7,595
I'm trying to make
YouTubers,
reading a list.
big shout out.
The next,
And
because I'm even scared what. So y'all want to know, did her dad
and
try
much
to
love
make
and
a
pieces. Much love and peace.
when she was stealing from Selena? Did her dad try to push the narrative that Lana was stealing from Selena? I think that's what y'all mean by that situation. Because he wasn't all the way right. He was like, let me frame her. Let's put the spotlight on her. Because I'm the big bad advocate when he's right. They're trying to let me let you know about your fan president, your fan club president. How's he trying to train Lana because she was still. Can you try to put that out there? that the principals might invest into something. He definitely was watching. He was watching your mind like a mug. Came to source. He did not like her. He like he's trying to be her mom, and do not think this because Queen of Sword. Look, King and Queen. That's a lot of the angel. They said, "Come, look, this fortune you tried to steal. This represents poverty. Five of Pentacles. They fought. I told y'all they didn't like each other. So yeah, he wasn't with your shit. Now the story really has Selena fucked up too. Ten of Cups. Her family dynamic was broken this time, Selena. There was some issues between her and her dad and her marriage. Four of Wands. See, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to this story. A lot of illusion. Three of Cups. Wrong company. Verse. Judgment. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm just trying to push that narrative. I choose the deep, dark secrets. Magic. An evil eye. Jealousy. Over. It was over her. This is the name. This is her on top of all of this energy. So y'all next question is maybe you guys said Yolanda confessed a secret that her and Selena supposedly had. And there was also, I'm gonna get to that secret. Y'all watch to the end. We're gonna try to reveal that secret. But if it's something, y'all know I got integrity with people. So if it's something that's just too deep, y'all, I ain't gonna tell it. Y'all already know I'm keep it real on that. What was the energy behind the argument that Yolanda and Selena had before she was killed? Because then Yolanda like adored her over there. I'm sorry to remember the story now. I saw her to meet her like at a hotel or something. And they were supposed to discuss her being fired previously.
No, what happened was, Yolanda stole Selena's bank documents to file her taxes. That's why Selena wanted to go buy it herself. She did not want her family to be involved with her business. She just wanted to be by herself. So she wanted to be the biggest person, so she did not want to involve none of her family in it. So that's what happened.
Go and discuss. Trying to lift a burden. Pass. Selena was very defensive when she came. She wasn't giving Yolanda the hearing that Yolanda thought that she was gonna get from Selena, the closeness and the strong feeling. Money with the discussion, not the principles. Queen of Pentacles, that's Selena. It was about money. The Empress, the mother figure, death. This is what happened. I told y'all my spirit was gonna play. It's Empress, running out of patience. Yolanda was running out of patience with Selena because Selena was not talking how she wanted her to talk. And Selena was running out of patience with Yolanda because she was sticking her fucking mind to her face. Balance. Must. The lovers. We're gonna get into that, y'all, because y'all definitely wanted to know if Yolanda had a crush on Selena. But I feel like Selena didn't have such on her back. Red flag, depression, the sun, comforts, a baby. A baby. What's Selena? Did y'all want to know if she was pregnant? Eight of Pentacles. Yolanda said, "You're not going to be no Selena if I don't have a party." This is Selena tired of watching her mother. She said, "Come to me with the truth, Yolanda. And you can't come to me." She didn't come warm and loving and bubbly like the Selena that Yolanda used to. She came for the truth. Ace of Cups. She gave opportunity to tell her the truth, to show her some love, and tell me the truth without bothering what you say it is. Receive my money. You saw me as an opportunity. You were an opportunity. That's what Selena told her. Selena had her legacy on the line. To the trust. You care for good. And she would be getting real time. She's telling you cards first control for it. Just like a shine, it's like our naturally. Well, trees, strike the bright shits. Well, fortune, your message from here. There are a million ways to describe the taste of Pepperidge Farm thin and crispy cookies. That's her. She'll never get like that. That's her plan apart. Not what you just said, although the Yolanda is locked up, she still wants to tell the Ain't the one, she took action message that day. She broke her family, wishing to a thing. Her marriage. On top of our three of cups, bad company, page of morning first. I would take her out of her blow, she didn't know that she really didn't. Because her legacy was setting principles to live on.
Button to download Grammar Kill today.
Wow.
Still wait, continue.
So y'all wanna know, I'm gonna say that to the winner, did she kill her on purpose? Cause y'all think that, okay, so moving on a little bit from that. Until we start to act wrong. What's the name of mentally self time? What's the mentally self? You want to say everything to us. Because she still means exactly. That's how we use. Yours still especially for my life experience. One thing makes it to a while. She knew a lot of people were trying to flex on her. She always questioned people's intention. What are you really planning when you want to do in my life? Sacrifices, decisions. She had to make a lot of them. This is her being celebrated. She always looked like the perfect, beautiful star. Six of Pentacles, people stealing from her. Six of Pentacles reverse. Knight of Cups, her marriage, her relationship's not going right. People acting like they loved her so much. Her legacy was on her mind. This is her being a star. She is the star. Judgment. There's a lot of that in her life. Manipulation. Two of Wands. The magician reverse. Manipulation. There's a lot of fuckery around her. A lot of lies. A lot of tricks. That drive you crazy. Seven of Wands. Very dark. Very vulnerable. She wants to let her do princess down so bad. King of Wands reverse. Just not killing herself the way she used to. Lady Blanc, she wants to move on for something. But to me, she also let me know she got her in her story. She just wanted a lot of things to end and be over. A lot of lies, a lot of harshness. She was ready for a change, but they didn't want to give it to her. They said a lot of lies. The moon, deep dark secrets, even magical manipulation, brother, misfortune. Okay. This is her, the Queen of Pentacles. Y'all seen what it is. Sacrifice, the magician, misfortune. Bad intentions, premeditated. Lies and deceptions, cold-heartedness. Energetic manipulation, some call it magic. Magic at play. Some people put in the shop think it is. But y'all know that. That's why y'all come here. Y'all want to know. Did Abraham have anything to do with death? Let's go right into this. Did Abraham? Right. So Abraham have anything to do with death? Abraham never wanted her to marry Chris to get that small fact. But he had a lot of influence. The Abraham person parents, they have anything to do with it. Yeah, something speaking. That means he basically it's not had evidence to be changes. Spiritual enlightenment. Page of Cups. Was she pregnant? We didn't want that. We had no patience, no sign for that. Balance. I just said, how you gonna be the star I see and be pregnant and have a family? So then it was hard to let her move on to this. It was so hard for Abraham to allow her to be this. Right of Wands. Taking action, moving forward, hot, fire, passion about something. There she go. The star reversed. Her father's dying. Like I always say, It's like your life being doomed. When you're so she just want the truth out. Look at this. It's always between two people. Poverty, misfortune, bad times, a series of unfortunate events, conflict, fight, they call themselves like bottom line. This is how the start of it. It's often vulnerable. She was vulnerable around here. Three cups, but they wasn't just Mr. Abraham. Oh no, they did not want her to move on. Wishing bad on people. Everyone's satisfied. Making an illusion what really happening. Right? Because he didn't want this Elena. Y'all see what it means.
Very much I'll see here, Bay Motors has the right parts and the right prices.
The next question was, this one know she was going to die. Did someone know Selena's fate before she knew him? Did someone know her fate before she knew? Did someone know what will ultimately be her demise? Did someone know was this premeditated to a time reverse? Was it? Was it premeditated? Was it? The empress, the mother of Sarah, pregnancy, defense. She's trying. I ain't gonna say that. She gonna give her some integrity. Page of Pentacles. He can page of children. Temper. The temperance reverse. Somebody been running out of patience with her. That they took action on it. Impulsiveness, compulsive behavior. Eight of Swords. This was Selena. He was paranoid up until her last days. Nine of Pentacles aligning with the sun, the star, having it all, but not feeling like you do. Marriage and foundation. A burden was lifted when she passed on somebody. That goes sneaky is lie, deception, betrayal, misfortune, reverse, bad timing. That's what goes up must come down. There's more than two people involved in three that keep coming up. Strength, her baby, her father. The emperor, sign of it is. I tell y'all enough. Now teach y'all. The emperor is the father of the cell before one more conflict. It's time for that to come to the end. Come to the end. You know what? Y'all stay tuned because I'm gonna do a shadow read on her. I'm gonna pull a couple of love cards on her relationships, and then I'm gonna hit that word truth that y'all know the time is, and I hit the word truth that. Actually, that was Doc second. I actually skipped the question. The question before that I forgot to ask was, did her dad have anything to do with her dad? Do I gotta go back and do that again for y'all? Spirit already spoke. So that was 2 in 1. That was a double round for y'all. So someone knew and his spirit showed y'all who knew. Plus 3 other people. Did Yolanda have sexual feelings for Selena? I don't feel like Selena has sexual feelings for Yolanda. Did Yolanda have sexual feelings for Selena? You wait to the end and ask the energy behind that so-called secret. What Yolanda said she had on Selena. There's Yolanda. I'm about to call her Yolanda. So she has sexual feelings for Selena. She has sexual. This is the dynamic of the relationship, they were not no longer working well together. Coldness. Yolanda did steal from her private principles. A burden was lifted. Yolanda tried to do that. And Selena tries to live around her by fighting her ass. The sneakiness, the deception and lies that Yolanda told, the moon, the secret. Probably dabble. I feel like Yolanda dabbled into some magic. I'm not gonna lie, the Sherry out of control. This is Selena. Yolanda was so jealous that she wanted her to be in poverty. She did not want her to work with anybody but her. She lied. She kept secrets. She stole. Jealous. The evil eye. Terribly strong when the queen wants come out reverse. Fighting, conflict, destiny, wishing misfortune, the strength, the red flag, the depression. Told y'all I was more than one person. The emperor, didn't I tell y'all this? See how I did? Knight of Cups. Yolanda tried to make sexual advances towards Selena, and Selena said, no, no, no. Baby Cups, that baby. I'll see what it is. I told y'all. I feel like Yolanda dabbled into some magic. King of Wands, a wand. This is someone who is terribly, terribly impulsive. She wanted to see her down. She wanted to stop her money, her success, her legacy. And she proceeds to move forward on it. But y'all already answered that question. Now I'm just pulling. Queen King of Cups reverse. Her emotions, Yolanda was all over the fucking place when it came to Selena. She was very emotionally unstable. Selena's legacy. And that child and that baby. Peep it, y'all. The hermit. Selena, Yolanda used to stop her dad, the fool. Magician post. That's to me, that just also implies what I need. I'll see what it is. Jealousy. You just break it down for y'all. I already know the time it is when these three come out. On top of that, y'all see what time it is. Y'all see what time it is. I ain't got a feel coming on. Overall. Poor baby. And no, I'm not gonna ask who that baby belonged to because I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Just honors soft you. Who are you?
I'm your fairy godmother.
Oh, thank you. Can I have a puppy? Hi. Can you help me get over this need to like study everyone?
I'm a realistic fairy godmother. You're gonna need a therapist with me.
Let's get a puppy.
Down, sit down. I don't know what's not here. Put me down, I'll take the elevator. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Let's face it, building enduring customer relationships is you have to grow the value of every customer while reducing costs to acquire viewers. With Twilio's segment at the core of the customer engagement platforms, you can collect and analyze real-time social data on how your customers interact with your brand across every channel. Twilio segment can then activate that data across hundreds of integrations.
So y'all wanna know. Let's spin around to Chris. Well, her Chris separated, divorced, broken up with Selena. His mother. Wasn't Chris second? The true was actually the truth was. Hmm. Selena was so weird to me. She was so paranoid. Just with Selena at night, y'all. Her and Chris was on terrible times. Changes occurred because of this. The world that is not advancing, you can move into the next level in their relationship at that time. Six of Cups, her ancestors, Ace of Pentacles. She felt like she couldn't trust Chris. She questioned why was he really in her life. Was it for another? Was he another opportunities like Yolanda and her daddy? To her, something came out. She found out something about him. It was really hard for her to move on with this. That really broke her heart. Depression. She was depressed. Look at that red flag. Look at that baby. Look at that Nine of Cups reversed. They were on terrible terms. She met a friend, Two of Cups. Started a new thing, something, started some new 10 stories, stuff like very vulnerable at that time she was. Page of Swords. Who was watching them? Two painful, that's babies. Regret, guilt, shame. Yeah, Four of Wands. That's what it is. Okay, so the next question is, were they having affairs? Were Selena and Trace both having affairs outside of their marriage? Were they seeing other people confirming this to you? Nine of Wands, a flirt, fighting over that. Sneakiness, deception, lies, a baby. Hmm. Eight of Swords, a lot of mental pain, judgment. Selena didn't want a lot of things in her life to come out. The star, this is definitely her, the star of the verse. And hopelessness about the marriage, past, shame, regret, thinking, marriage, hunting spirit, opportunity, the world. They venture out, you go out to the world, you venture out, you mingle with people, right? Queen of Swords, coldness between them. When the cups, feelings, is it even worth it? We're married, but was the commitment worth it? I'm tired, sexism. Poor baby. Hmm. Okay. Before I answer these last two, three questions, couple questions. Y'all want to know what if before we dive, we dive into the last three questions. Y'all want to know how did Selena truly feel about her sister's success, snitching on her relationships, basically, right, and causing more problems. Depending Selena's, how did she feel towards Suzette?
That's so wrong. You don't do it simply like that or whatever.
And it's one of the two of them, trying to teach relationships that I was detecting that and she jealous and the ones fighting. So it tough. This is representing the relationship between her and her sister. Justice. She said that was so unfair. She said, why would you do that? You know how dad is. You know how dad is. The devil to trick me. I thought I could trust you. You told my secrets. That was manipulative. That was wrong. That was hurtful. She was very, very hurt and unsatisfied with what happened and the result. I told y'all it really, really felt a lot of pain. From the principles that Selena, the father, was Abraham, comforted And she just wanted to move away after that. She was so upset. She wanted to get away. She wanted to be so tough for a salon. She would just sort for stores. I said salons, Lord. She was tired. She's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just tired. Can't trust nobody. Ace of Swords. Reverse. It really makes their relationship going fortune because bad timing. Like, why would you do that? Now, Suzanne. I wasn't ready. Look at that page of cups. Yeah, that baby keep coming up. Like cups. That broke her heart. She really thought she could trust the system. She's hot. She was hot. What was the interview between? What was the interview between? We're doing that to Dr. Martin first. What is the interview between? So we have to knock them out. She was the shoe. What was the interview between? So even it's Dr. Martin. So then it keeps showing y'all that page of cups for a reason. Points of interest to the harvest. So she didn't want that to come out, hundred verse, betrayal, heartbreak, tears. Didn't I go over this already? Yeah, when I asked her, she haven't said it. So now this is just confirming everything I said. It has to each go back and remember. That was the second question I asked. Mark the similarities. Justice reverse. She didn't want that to come out. And somebody snitched on that relationship. Somebody told tennis stores up. It started and it ended. Eight of Swords. She didn't want nobody to know. Mentally, see all this mental energy that stressed her because she was still looked at as a married woman. That was the energy. I'm not about to get into that. I've seen enough. We don't. I love y'all, but I think y'all too. I know I'm not that type of reader. I'm not going. I get deep, so I still do it in integrity. So let's get to the down to the dark part. No, she ever pregnant. What she ever pregnant? Show us still. She was showing. She showing us the same things. Was she pregnant? What was she drinking? What? Before the beginning, for your principles and concerns. Look at this. This temperature is so strong right now. She said, I already told y'all. I already told y'all. Judge me. She didn't want nobody to know that. Conceptionized. I feel like she still don't really want to flat out say it. That she gave it to y'all. She was so proud of y'all. Because she let y'all know she still have a problem with trust. The devil, death, her secrets. Nine of Cups. There you go. She didn't want to tell y'all that. She's very private. But y'all know. What was the energy behind the stupid that your mom is talking? Oh, that's all about you. And energy was strong. Now she got to sweating. What was the energy behind Sylvia's secret? The secret that your mom says that they have is ministry. She might take this stuff to the grave, don't she, Yolanda? What is the secret? Show us the energy and what's behind the secret. What energy behind the secret? Y'all stay tuned, because I'm gonna pull a couple of little cards between, Chris. I'm gonna jump into mine, pull a couple of shadow cards, and then I'm gonna talk it out with my word of truth. My word of truth is not gonna come to play. That's my word. Most of the friends, let us know. Something that brought her deep, deep pain, something that will really hurt Selena. And so depending on what come up, I ain't gonna tell it. Five of Cups past, shame, regret. in between two women. This is Selena. Some passion between two women. This is the jealous bitch, Yolanda, evil eye, betrayal, heartbreak, hiding. She was so weak and vulnerable at the time, cleaning cups and feelings. So, as the prince starts feeling her heart in her body, premeditated something was planned. Primarily, I'm not gonna say what it is, y'all, but I think what it is. At least I feel like I really see what it is. I never claimed to know all, but y'all see what it is. So I know y'all want to know. Did Yolanda really pull that trigger on purpose? Did Yolanda pull that trigger in some way? Did she pull the trigger intentionally? Did she intentionally murder the intentionally? And then purposely like things. Let's that figure with that plan. She was the magician. Possibilities. Yep, she did it. And she was very jealous of her when she did it. Y'all see what it does. I don't gotta pour it on them. So before I jump into the shadow deck, like I told y'all, I was gonna pour my love oracle deck. I mean, you can see it. This should be looking for me. It's not grass, there's no places, there's no. There's the difference in the city. It was the truth, it's on the city drop. She made trust me to the message. What is the message? Twin flame. Distance. This is the energy right before she passed. Avoidance. You gotta stick it to her. Family oriented. She did want to have a baby with him. Planning. Reverse. She didn't trust him. He planned something on her that was wrong. Emotionally unavailable. Spiritualism. Empty handed. What do you come of it? Cheating and deception. Come through spirit. Reconciliation. Puppy love. Fresh. Triggered. So y'all see what it is. Hold on one second, y'all. So, like I said, I'm gonna do my shadow reading on y'all for y'all. Before I wrap this up again, I'm gonna hit my words of truth there. Before we wrap this up. Reinforce listening, continuous community attention. Creation of Lord. Which cars is jumping. I saw that her energy is really strong, y'all. She was showing us a shadow thing around something, around her final days. What was the shadow thing that surrounded her? What was the shadow thing that surrounded her? And continue what was the shadow energy surrounding her? This was her. Six of Cups, the beautiful one. The one everyone loved, the one everybody exalted, the one everybody celebrated. Page of Cups, the baby. Five of Wands, tenuous argument. Stop her. People playing games. Tina principles trying to take her out of her legacy, deception and lies. Two of swords, sacrifice, conflict, four of cups, very sad and unsatisfied. She felt alone and isolated. Two of cups reversed, a friend betrayed her. Look at the blood on the floor. Pay attention, y'all. Knight of Pentacles. Her money was in jeopardy. Six of Cups. Somebody didn't want to walk away from her. Judgment. The teller. The message. What is the message? Somebody manifested something on her. Three of Wands. She also had hard times on herself in the grave. Four of Swords. Unrested. Restless. See this person in the grave? Y'all see what it is. Knight of Cups. Her feelings. The Magician. Reverse. Manipulation. Magic lies. I told y'all I was three people. The Harvey. This is her. I told y'all she felt separated. King of Swords. The truth. Lies and deception. The star, there she goes, 7 pictures, by the way. Temperance, she's the angel, the spirit of beauty, the fool, the new beginning, the chariot. A lot of things out of control and out of her control. Five of Cups reversed, blood on the floor, shame and lie. Look, somebody teasing y'all with the truth. Nine of Pentacles reversed. I'm gonna take you out of here, glory, is what they wanted to do to her. Queen of Cups, her feelings and her emotions were so hurt around that time. Her money, the King of Pentacles, the love, y'all see the image. A burden, and 10 of Wands. Someone didn't want to break up with her, leave her alone. Depression, the sun reverse. 7 of Cups, this is her just being an artist, being who she was. Strength, sadness, weakness, vulnerability. 10 of Swords reversed. Knight of Swords reports two more. The world. We want to see her shine. Betrayal and heartbreak. I see that too. Vision principles. Marriage. I see the visions. Love for her. Woo, y'all, this is a lot. Well, I'm telling you, I didn't mean to go this long on this week. I'm gonna go do another reading for y'all, but I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow after that. Y'all see the time. Word of truth. Let them prevail. Civilian, peace and rest, hold on for now, civilian,